If we have children like that at home, there's nothing to blame them for. It's we who've done this. Because a lot of people gave video games to their children because they want to go to the party, they want to do something else, you want to live your life, but this one demands attention. You yourself are dying for attention, but this one demands attention who's just come. So you give him something that engages him. It will lead to lots of things. And there's also a peer situation. His friends are playing S-box. If you don't bring the Y-box for him, he will create certain situations. So this is why a lot of people did not understand this probably. I said, repeatedly I'm saying and I'm saying again, see, you are not a tiger, nor are you a panda. I'm saying you are not an endangered species. It is not compulsory that all of you should reproduce. There is no such thing. Those who think they want to have children and dedicate a certain amount of… considerable amount of time to raise another human being who will be better than them, they should do it, because after all, human generations need to happen. But it's not compulsory that everybody must have a child. So, if we want to produce children, we must be willing to allot a certain amount of time. Accidentally they turned out well, that's not the point. It's not right. Once we take charge of a new life, a fresh life, we must be willing to give a certain amount of time, energy and the focus that is required to nurture this life in the best possible way, isn't it? So one thing, if you want to wean your child off these kind of things, whether it's video games or television or something, in some way you have to make yourself more exciting than the video game, than the television, than something else. You have to make yourself that kind of a person, they want to be with you. So, you can't… a child is not a machine. You can't switch it one way tomorrow morning. So video games to enjoying the rainbow is not going to work like that. It's a constant cultivation. Constant cultivation every day, every day, every day. It may work. There's no guarantee it will work. Hello? Those of you who raise children, you know, it may work. There is no such thing as it will work. There's no such thing. If you pay enough attention, it will yield good results. Otherwise, we don't know, because you're not the only one paying attention to them. There are so many others who are also paying attention, and they may be more impressive than you. Yes, somebody on the street corner may be far more impressive than you and they may influence them much more than you. Yes. So, oh Sadhguru, I just asked you about the video games. Now you tell me I made the mistake of bearing a child. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, this is the consequence of handling a living being, including yourself. If you tend to it properly every day, it will turn out to be something. If you think once in 12 years you can attend to it, then it's only by accident. When something turns out well or bad, by accident, you will remain in extreme anxiety, even if it turns out well, because it's by accident. You must understand it's not about fixing your child's life, it's about fixing this life. If this is fixed, this will create the right ambience where the child grows up. It is substantially proved that in the making of life, for most human beings, over 80% of their life is determined by what they're exposed to rather than the genetics. So, you have the 20% already in your hands, genetics. Another 80% is there. Of course, children go to school, of course they play on the street, but you must keep your percentage over 50% at least, isn't it? Because you have the advantage of 20% genetics, and till they're 12, 15, at least you have some control over their life. So your share of influence must be at least 60, 70%, isn't it so? But if that has to happen, you have to do something about yourself that they cannot help looking up to you, not in fear. If they look up to you in fear, aversion will come. Once they find their feet, they will teach you another lesson. Not in fear, but they look up to you because they think you're fantastic. So you have to do some circus to prove that you're fantastic. That they start looking up to you in such a way that they will allow you to influence them.